It has been a wild 24 hours of weather, and while conditions have calmed on this Christmas Eve, many travelers trying to get home for the holidays are still dealing with the fallout from that major storm system that wreaked havoc on roads, grounded planes, and even stranded some passengers on trains. Here's something you don't see every day. A Via Rail train on its way from Ottawa to Toronto stopped in its tracks at 10:30 last night after powerful winds knocked a tree down.
It was a little spooky at first because we had no idea what was happening, and we've only really caught bits and pieces. There are a lot of people really frustrated, but at the same time, it's kind of like brought us together.
Darcy Terrell was stuck on the train for 13 hours when we spoke with him this morning. A rescue train was on the way, but he was disappointed in the lack of communication by Via Rail.
The attendants have given us small updates, but they are about as clueless as we are right now, unfortunately. Do they have a PR manager anywhere? Hello?
Via Rail tells us at least 9 trains were immobilized, from power outages to trees on the tracks and even a tree falling on a locomotive. Conditions made it impossible to move some of their trains. Passengers reported sleeping on the floor, but they were kept warm and had water. Joey Jacques was on a different train traveling from Toronto to Ottawa and was stuck for 15 hours when we spoke with him.
My day's actually been like a little bit hectic just because I was on an airplane and we were just sitting on the runway for 6 hours and they just canceled it. So then like going from that to this train, it's like, oh my God, what else can go wrong?
Via Rail says at least 7 trains were also canceled.
I'm very sad about this, because I was hoping to be there for Christmas morning with my family in Brockville.
It appeared the situation wasn't much better for air travelers.
It's been a nightmarish last 24 hours or so with our travels.
Stress, I'm just trying to get home. I've been stuck in Toronto for 2 days.
While WestJet was back up and running after canceling all flights on Friday, they were still dealing with delays and a major backlog of missed flights. Plus, a source tells us many Air Canada employees, including pilots, didn't feel safe driving to work in treacherous conditions. So many families trying to make it home for Christmas, quickly losing hope.
I was expecting it to be Christmas time in a hotel room in Toronto, but looks like we have about a 50-50 shot right now of getting home before Christmas.
We don't have a booked flight until Monday morning, but we decided to spend all day Christmas Eve at Pearson trying to get on standby to one of the 2 flights to Thunder Bay today.
A spokesperson for the Greater Toronto Airports Authority is warning passengers to check their flight status before leaving for the airport. It may be a while to get back to regular operations.
It's also freezing cold outside. These minus 30 temperatures really impact our ground handlers and the people that are working to clear the runways.
And a spokesperson for Air Canada says the weather has impacted both worker shifts and also left some flights without a crew. Meanwhile, the federal Minister of Transport tweeted this afternoon that the situation with Via Rail is unacceptable and they are working to resolve those issues.